Hello. This is the Reflect&Connect analyzing the article by James Woomer, if that's how you say his last name. It's really cool. I liked reading it. From me and most of my thoughts about giving rehearsal planning and instruction have been mainly from being here and seeing how Dr. Shad runs an orchestra lesson, no, it's an orchestra ensemble like CSO. So I'm oh, I wonder how to work this in as a conductor. But right away it's nope. I think it's in the title of the article, just without conducting, no conducting. So yeah, this was an interesting read. It kind of went against what I thought teachers / conductors have to do when wanting to get a sound out of their group, their ensemble. A couple things of the article that stuck out to me. Something like pre-instructional planning. Obviously this goes without saying, but being prepared is important. And this is meticulous. If you don't want to waste time in the limited amount of time that you have to be very thorough with what you do in your rehearsal. Woomer suggests, what was it? Something like conductors and he says that conductors should go through scores and see some potential hard spots in the music, and that way you can develop clear rehearsal objectives. Something that Molly did in her micro teaching was exactly that. She went through some of the more difficult, or thought would be some more of the difficult sections in the music, and isolated that without running through the full piece, which I thought was really, really good. Ooh, excuse me. Another thing that I got from the reading was having clear communication, not only with your students, but as you're giving them feedback. It's necessary to give precise and concise communication. Giving very, very clear and to the point instructions is how you're going to make your orchestra better. You're not going to make your orchestra better by saying, play that better, play that in tune. Because they're how do I play it better? How do I play this in tune? Also being clear could minimize misunderstandings. So if you tell them play more, any sort of section play more, but you just want to bring out the theme and not necessarily the dynamic, it could potentially really mess things up. Another part of the reading was empowering musicians. You want the kids to feel the music is theirs because they're playing it. Cultivate a sense of ownership in your ensemble. Involve them in decision making when choosing repertoire for them to play. It could lead to a better performance if the students are actually playing something that they like or that they chose. It could be oh, this is what I'm playing. I chose this. It gives another sense of motivation for these students to learn because they want to play the piece how they think it sounds. Star Wars. Everyone wants to play Star Wars how they think it sounds. Or Indiana Jones or any of those famous tunes. And lastly, the last thing that kind of was a ooh moment for me was using technology. The Woomer mentioned the benefits of working with tech, such as recording devices, rehearsal software, to kind of facilitate a self-assessment. Something that David says to do is to record ourselves playing on our phones, listen to it, and then without practicing or working on it, just play it again. And more often than not, that play again after recording and hearing yourself is going to be better because you see and you hear exactly what is going wrong with the music and stuff that you need to fix. So by incorporating, say, the recording device, which you can hear as the group works, instead of just being oh, this is just how I sound, and I sound good, so everyone else must sound good, is really, really important. just like working with those resources could like really be beneficial, especially in the future, with how fast technology is advancing. Um, just being able to be like, hey, isolate, say, the violins at like this timestamp, and it could probably do that at some point. So technology is really, really important. Um, I think Dr. Webb had mentioned like you got to keep up with technology, otherwise you're gonna like be left behind in times or something. I don't know. I just thought that was really, really funny. Yeah, that is all.